When the Russia-Ukraine war broke out last year, a secret war also got underway between the Biden administration and Europe. Biden wanted to kill two birds with a single stone. He wanted to dismantle the Russian as well as European economies to make the most out of escalating tensions across the Atlantic Ocean. Alas, the plan has backfired, and the US economy has lost the ongoing trade war with Europe now. Hi and welcome, you're watching India's World. We discuss geopolitics here. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more interesting videos. It turns out that Europe is winning the ongoing economic war against the US. A CNBC report confirmed on Thursday that European economies will outperform the American economy in 2023. The US economy might suffer contraction and will suffer a recession in the coming year. On the other hand, French and German economies might do better, if not good. The energy crisis in Europe has not peaked, and inflation is also expected to remain under control until mid 2024. Europe's recoupling with China may also play a major factor in Europe's bounce back. The Chinese economy is expected to perform better in the coming year, which will obviously have a positive impact on European economies too. As far as the stock markets are concerned, Europe was already a winner in the last year itself. The big US tech stocks were hit hard last year as the US Federal Reserve raised interest rates, which hit future earnings expectations. European shares ended the year with a 13% loss compared to 19.5% for the American S&P. Speaking of the first 12 days of the year, Europe's Stoxx 600 index has risen over 5% versus a 3.4% gain in the US S&P 500. That is tragic news for Joe Biden. He wanted to use the Russia-Ukraine war to the fullest to maximize the American economy and plunder the European economies. He even imposed a subsidy war on Europe. Under its Inflation Reduction Act, the Biden administration announced massive subsidies and incentives for manufacturers in USA, thus driving out businesses from Europe. You see, as Europe reeled under an intense energy crisis, US was making fortunes out of it. Similarly, it is no secret that NATO is shamelessly fueling the war in Ukraine. For example, Justin Trudeau, the hardcore liberal Prime Minister of Canada, just announced to donate air defense systems to Ukraine worth $400 million, which Canada's own defense forces have been demanding for several years. What a nincompoop leader who is prioritizing the needs of Ukraine first at the cost of national security of his own nation. That proves how Joe Biden-led NATO and his lackeys are hell-bent on prolonging the war so that Europe as well as Russia keep suffering. Make no mistake, if Europe wants to avoid a catastrophe in 2023, it needs to develop working ties with the Russian Federation. Currently, the energy prices in Europe are cooling down thanks to high levels of gas inventory. The gas demand is also low. But here is one problem. The gas demand is low because industries are not rebounding. Power demand is also low, which is a sign of a poor performing economy. This leads us to the conclusion that Europe can continue to exist without Russian gas. It cannot develop or progress without it. It needs Russian gas to inject fuel into its economy and keep its industries up and running.
India's World, telling the right side of the story.